Gemini, as I channeled in the subject that Spirit wanted to speak to you about, I heard the long sigh. And what is a sigh? A sigh is a breath of air. It's a it often comes after a lot of work has been done. And I feel like this is long because it's been coming out for a long time. The center of your energy is the moon. Ooh, the moon dealing with confusion, a lot of emotions. I feel like you've been closing out a lot of cycles, Gemini, closing out a lot of old emotional patterns. I also feel like in the moon, you could have felt like you were drowning for a long time. I feel like with this moon energy here, there were some things that were very confusing to you, and maybe now those things are beginning to come more clear. I also feel that with this long side, this has to do with your intuition. It's like you knew, but you didn't want to face it. And by the time you finally got there, it felt like, and for some of you, this is a disgruntled side because you didn't listen to yourself. You didn't listen to your spirit. But let's see what's going on in your physical experience. The Knight of Cups. There's somebody in your life who is bringing you their cup of love. They're bringing you romance. They're bringing you a romantic chance here. But this thing is still new. This thing is still new. And you're so used to being on your own. You're so used to standing alone. And so your physical world is largely being affected by this romantic connection. So that means everything, your finances, your health, your well-being overall has a lot to do with this romantic attention that you have here. Somebody is bringing you roses, but it's like, are you taking time to smell them and appreciate them? In your romantic world, you have the Five of Cups in your emotional body, not necessarily romance, in your emotional body. The Five of Cups, this makes sense when we think about what I've just said, because the Five of Cups is, especially in this, some difficult emotions that you're processing and you're allowing them to let go. And so as she's got her foot in the bowl and she's spilling the water to fall into this sort of a vortex to be consumed by the earth, this is releasing emotions. And the moon definitely talks about releasing things from the past. So you could be dealing with a lot of things that you have held on to from the past, old disappointing relationships of any nature, disappointing situations, things where you got hurt, somebody who did you wrong, stuff of that nature. In your headspace right now, you have the devil. When the devil comes up, there's a temptation there. So in your headspace, like you could be thinking about doing something that is not in your best interest. So you could be tempted to fall into the old patterns with the moon coming up and that being about cycles. Like it could be very tempting for you at this time to fall into the old patterns. In your spiritual energy, you have the Nine of Wands. You're on the verge of a spiritual breakthrough. You've come a long way and you're about to get somewhere, but there's a little bit of blockage here. I feel like this woman is one of your ancestors who wants to come through to you, but you don't want to allow it. And again, their intuition comes in. So I see you're in a bit of a challenging time right now. It could be completely related to this romance, but it definitely has to do with past experiences as well, emotional connections, and I'm hearing bad habits. And now I'm focusing on this person and the way they're in down here. The devil holds the strings and this person is in this worrisome head state, right? And so I see that maybe you are thinking about the difficulties that you've been through and it putting you in a headspace that's a real challenge for you. Somebody dealing with some issues of the mind, mental issues, mental health issues here. And let's see what you can't see coming in order to bless you, because this is a long side. I feel like you've been on a long journey to deal with this devil energy. Okay. So, and I feel like Spirit is waiting to see how will you respond? How will you respond to this opportunity to either confront your devil, which could mean addictions of any sort. It could mean toxicity of any sort. And feelings of unworthiness, undeservability and stuff. Okay. What you don't expect, what you can't see coming in regards to this long sigh is the Eight of Swords. You're feeling you're feeling stuck. Something about this romance and the emotions of the past, you're feeling stuck. You're showing up in a different place because this is in the mirror. This is in the mirror. There's a feeling of being tied to a situation. And I feel like you're not showing it up. Maybe you're not ready for this romantic situation. Maybe you want to free yourself from it. There's a wanting to be free. And it's all looking up at this Five of Cups energy, which is saying to me that this is all about releasing these old emotions. So somebody has the habit of replaying. So the Eight of Swords in the physical space, I feel like you feel financially restricted, physically restricted. Somebody could end up in jail. If there's drinking problems, there could be some jail energy here. The Eight of Swords talks about jail, and we're talking about physical space. So let's see what's going on with you in your emotional connections. The King of Swords. Now, see, here's the interesting thing. The King of Swords, this is your energy, Gemini. However, it's in the emotional space. So every time you go into your emotions, you keep going into your head. But the King of Swords is the master of thought. So I feel like when you go into your head rather than your emotions, you're trying to utilize your logic, trying to make sense of things, trying to make sense of your feelings. So this is a good thing that this came out. Trying to understand the feelings that you have and getting somewhere with it. Clarity coming through about the feelings that you have and how they've kept you in this space where you're feeling stuck, feeling tied, feeling compelled, feeling drawn into something that's very tempting, that doesn't feel well. Okay. In your headspace, what you can't see coming is the Four of Cups. You're going to be thinking about an opportunity. Will you let it pass you by? I feel like some of you are going to be thinking about an opportunity that you let pass by that made you very happy. But and for some of you, you're thinking about the King of Swords. Some of you are really thinking about your father and the destructive things that you brought into your life as a result of that connection, or the things that were given to you from that connection that were very destructive to you. I do get the word destructive coming through, and how to bring that to an end, how to close that chapter out of your life. Spiritually, what you don't see coming is the King of Wands. Your spirit is going to move you to take action, a powerful action to create this change in your life. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. This is beautiful. I'm so thankful and grateful that this is here for you, Gemini, because this reading shows me that you're going through a very challenging time right now. But the beautiful part of it is the foundation is you found a love for yourself. You found that it's up to you to decide how you feel and where you're going to go and how you're going to sit and your worth and your value. And you're deciding and realizing, like, I can't be looking to these other people outside for love. It's got to come from me. And so I'm really proud of you. You've done the work. There's still some more work doing this to set you on a new path to learning important life lessons from where you've been. And I feel like you're in the middle of that process really deep right now. So even though you may not feel so well, just know that everything is going to get better. The work you're doing is very valuable, very important, and it is going to get easier. It's a long sigh. You got a lot of stuff to breathe out. So be patient with yourself. Be good to yourself. Until next time, I'm sending you blessings of love and peace and happiness. Laters.